Well, after that disappointment that was known as It's Date My Santa, I thought I would see it fit to look back at some Christmas specials that I caught on Cartoon Network ever since I was young. And what better place to start than with Happy Baboon Holidays from I Am Weasel, which originally premiered on Cartoon Network on September 30, 1997. My first experience with this particular Christmas special was when I was about 6 or 7 years old, and I remember loving it so much, mostly because it was rather different from a lot of the usual episodes from I Am Weasel. What with having Weasel and Baboon constantly battling it out to see who's smarter, who's more capable, and who's generally a lot more skilled, with Weasel usually coming out on top and Baboon usually getting the short end of the stick. And it's usually a battle of wits between Weasel being the super genius and the maverick, and Baboon being the jealous simpleton. And this Christmas special was a lot more different than a lot of the usual I Am Weasel episodes. Yes, it maintains that formula of Weasel living in such an idealistic lifestyle while Baboon lives in a trailer, and it does maintain bits and pieces of those elements, but it also adds in IR Baboon's family coming over for Christmas, which poor Baboon just doesn't seem to realize until his family knocks loudly on the door, and there they are, and our hapless protagonist Baboon is in such a flurry that he has to really clean up the house and even get a really huge Christmas tree. His family waits outside in the snow and all that sleet and hail that they pretty much freeze. And Weasel notices their condition and takes them back to his pad. Baboon, thinking that Weasel has stolen his family, pretty much trashes his own place and hopes that Santa won't enter Weasel's place, thus planting in a lot of bombs and a lot of explosives. And at that rate, the more I watched that scene, the more I felt so sorry for Baboon, because even though Baboon is not the sharpest tool in the box, he still cares so much for his family, and he did everything he can to make sure that he has a great Christmas with his family. But through some misunderstanding, he thought that Weasel stole his own family. And you can't help but feel bad for him, especially when he went back to his trailer just crying his eyes out. Yes, after everything that he did just to make Christmas a lot more miserable, we get this 180 that almost came out of nowhere, where Baboon completely feels bad about himself. Yes, you can't really squeeze everything in a 5 minute short, but I still have to give credit for the creators for not making Baboon to be such an outright baddie. I mean, you can definitely tell that this Christmas special has a lot of heart. And what also makes this Christmas special really fun to watch is definitely the songs. Weasel enters whistling Good King Wenceslas, and we also hear the Baboon families and Weasel's rendition of Jingle Bells. And when Weasel, dressed up as Santa, delivers the gifts to Ire Baboon, Baboon's family, consisting of his dad, mom, and his kid sister Barbie, enter by singing It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, which I thought was not only hilarious, but really, really heartwarming in its own special way. So overall, if you are a hardcore I Am Weasel fan, then I have to say, please go check out this Christmas special. It has the right amount of heart, and it's also really hilarious, and you won't miss out on the Christmas songs mentioned right there. Well, that's it for this tribute to Happy Baboon Holidays from I Am Weasel. Tune in later where I take a look back on Fa La 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 Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy. So until then, take care everybody.